Here's a look at the products I'll be using today, and I have the cutest little egg bunny stencil. Okay, so it's 2 layers, and it is going to work perfectly with this die. Now, I haven't decided completely yet how I'm going to do this, but I know that I'm going to have a little tiny piece of masking magic at some point to mask off my sun. So that I know. I have greetings here, this adorable sentiment strip set for Easter. This is called Reverse Bunny, and I've got some white cardstock. So I'm going to pull a bunch of inks to do ink blending with, so let's get started with stenciling. So I've got my Stamp and Stencil Mat, and let's see, you want to make sure that when you are doing this, you have the stencil side etching up. Otherwise, when you go to cut this out, it's going to be backwards. You want to know how I know? Let's just say I just did one and found out the hard way. Okay, it's all good though. It's more time to stencil and have fun. And you know what? That's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all about. I've got my little ink stand here, and I'm going to take my piece of masking magic in the circle so that I can mask off my sun. And I'm going to go like that. It was really easy to find one that matched my circle here really well. So I just want to make sure that's nice and secure. Now, the other thing I'm going to use is a lot of Post-it tape, but you could use cardstock. I keep a lot of this on hand because I'm going to work my way around the rainbow, and we are going to start with the color, well, red for all intents and purposes. So let's take out our Post-it tape. Oh boy. Oh boy, there we go. And we're going to mask off right there so that I can put the red, which is going to continue on all sides. All right. So I'm going to put some music on because all I'm going to be doing here is trying to get a nice soft blend to the best of my ability, which sometimes is a little hard. I'm going to try to go light with this. I've got all my blending brushes, so I'm going to tap off quite a bit of the color as I'm doing this. I might even use my small brushes. Well, I'm going to think about that. All right, music's coming. Let's blend. Right, now I have the color added, and I actually think that is really nice. So what I need to do next is I'm going to take, and I'll show you here, I'm going to take this part, cut this down a little so that I can isolate the sun. And in order to do this, I want to cover those parts. So all I need to do is kind of come around. I save all of my masking magic because every little piece can go back into a pocket, right? And then that is going to cover up exactly how I need it covered. Peel off the backers, and we can isolate our sun. Okay. And if I'm worried at all about any more coming down, I'll just go like that, but I think that's fine. I'm actually going to use my larger yellow brush for this, I think, because I want to have a little more of a fade, but I'm going to use the same lemonade color. Okay, just loading that up, tapping a little off, and well, you know what? No, I actually want the smaller one. Don't ask me what I was thinking. We'll go with the smaller and blend it darker at the base, like that. And then kind of just fade it up, just for a little different look in the sun. Okay, like that. All right, the ink blending is done. And I can lift all of these things off, and let's take a look at what we have. We have a beautiful little background ready to be die cut. Also, the yellow is very off in my video, so you need to trust, but I have to show you what I did because I've got to add in more color to the bunny. Although, should I leave the bunny white? I just had a thought. Let me show you this real quick. This is what I did. And I did it in the reverse. And when I went to put the die, I'm like, wait, I think Simon messed up. No, Cathy, you put the stencil on upside down. But now that I see this, look at the better blend that I did. So you know what? Every time you do something with new products, you're going to get better probably every time. I might leave this as is because I just had a fun idea for the bunny. All right, here's what we're going to do. Get this all cleaned up and get ready to cut this out. So I'm going to get this die taped into place, and I'm going to do the bunny out of some metallic cardstock. I think it would look really cool. I don't know that for sure. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing yet, but once oh, there we go. This is so much better. I had it completely misaligned because I stenciled it on backwards. So I'm going to tape this into place like that, and like that. This cut is going to be the first cut. So put my top plate on, and I'm going to go to the die cut cam, run this through my Gemini Junior. All right, I'm going to flip this upside down for a second. I think it's going to stick a little. Oh, it totally just popped right out. Look at that. Well, that's kind of perfect because this is kind of exactly what I want. Let me grab my press and seal. Did you know that Jennifer McGuire's husband has the patent on this? That's right, friends. So many things. So many things. All right, I'm going to pull this out. Now you could do this with any sort of sticky tape. You could even use masking magic or something. Anything low tack. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna burnish down this front, okay? And I don't want anything to shift or move if I can avoid it, okay? Because I don't think, no, I've got everything out. All right, that cut beautifully. I am going to just trim this a little bit, like that. A little bit off at the bottom, like that. We're gonna pick it up, and we're gonna flip it over. Now I'm just gonna fold that over on itself for a second, and that. Okay. And I'm gonna let that sit while I grab a piece of metallic gold cardstock. Got a scrap here, and this is the matte gold from Simon Says Stamp, and I am just going to cut out the bunny feet. I think I have room here. This is why I keep all my scraps, all the insides of things, because you never know when you just need some bunny ears, right? And a body. So let's go ahead and cut this out as well. Okay, so now I have that front. And what I want to do is do just a little bit of paper piecing here. And I'm gonna try not to mess this up, but we'll see. There's never a guarantee. All right, get all this out of the way. Bring this bunny part back over. Now, I want to get in here, and I'm just going to kind of bend it up a little bit like this, okay? Because most of this is stuck down now, so I don't need that. I don't need this, friend, right? I'm going to come through like that, get that out. Okay, like that. And let's bend up. Do we want to keep the feet white? You know what? Let's put the gold bodies in first because the feet white could be cute. I don't know. That could be dumb to keep them when you're doing all this other stuff this way, but we'll try it. I'm going to take this. I'm not going to worry too much about the press and seal making my gold sticky. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll take away the shine. Okay, get in there. Get that little body. See, I feel like if we're going all for the, yeah, we gotta make his feet gold too. Having a little knife tool like this is helpful for little tiny friends like that. And let's do that one too. Get you out like that. All right. And now I'll just grab the bunny feet, which I just lost one of them. Where did you go? I think it's right there. There you go. It's a good day. It's a good day. So flip them upside down, like that. Make sure you're going with the right one where you need it. And that little guy goes in there, like that. Okay. Press him in. And this little guy goes in here, like that. And again, I gotta get it pressed because here's the thing. I need to flip and I need to burnish again because I really want all of this to stay. Now, if the bunny picks up residue from this particular process, I will put another layer on top. I don't think it will because press and seal doesn't seem to do that, right? So the next thing I'm going to do, because I want to make this as difficult as possible, I am going to take foam tape and put them, or little foam squares basically, and put them all over the solid parts, not the outline. So I'm going to put on some music and you can watch as much as you can tolerate. I'll speed it way up. I don't think I would mass produce this, and I don't know if this is going to work, but here's what we're going to do. I feel like I'm channeling a little bit of my inner Laura Basson right now, because Laura can do cards like this in her sleep. Now me, maybe not so much, but I'm going to take, I have a note card. I didn't even want to spend the time doing this. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop this sucker up. For the most fun, I'm taping it into place because I don't want it to move. Okay. And we're going to pop you right there. Okay. And then this friend is going to go right in the center. But here's the question though. I want to do a little, maybe just even a hippity hoppity or Easter's on its way, or I don't know. So maybe before I do this, I should trim one of these out because I would hate to commit to the glue on all this and not be sure what so there's Easter greetings. I just love you. Easter blessings. You're a good egg. Just hopping by to say wishing you a happy Easter. You know, I almost wonder, I think Happy Easter is cute, although it's not a very religious card, is it? So if I was going to give this to my mother-in-law who loves Easter, it probably should be Easter's on its way or Happy Easter. Oh, I think I have to be a little more traditional because if I'm going to give this to my mother-in-law, Joni's going to expect it. The good Lutheran in her is going to expect that. So let me grab some sentiment strips and cut one of these out. I've got one of my Simon Says Stamp sentiment strips here, and I'm just taping this into place so that I can quickly cut this out. So let me do that off camera. I just had a crazy idea, and if it doesn't work, I have a backup. But did you know that the Simon Says Stamp sentiment strips are toner based? Well, they are. So, ooh, that's aggressive. I have been trying to make a commitment to use my Minc more, but I want to show you a little secret here, okay? I have a carrier sheet. This is just some parchment paper with one piece of cardstock, okay? And actually, you know what? It doesn't need to go that way. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it because it doesn't need to be this big. Okay, I like to go spine first. And I have the greeting. I have Deco foil, and this is the kind that you use with hot foiling Minc toner based, right? But little secret, you're gonna need more pressure. And so I'm gonna stick in 2 more pieces of cardstock right in here, like that. That is gonna give me a nice bit of pressure as I run through. So, oh, it's already ready. Look at that. Let's pop this open. Here's a little secret. Don't struggle. Just put something in it and go. Is that a good sound? That's a good sound. ASMR all the way, baby. Okay, I don't need this whole edge to edge, so I'm just gonna cut a little there, cut a little there, and we're gonna give it a go. We are gonna give this the college try. So you're gonna pop your greeting or your foilable here. I'm gonna reach in here and take out 1 little piece of foil and just cut myself a little strip. That's all you need, a little bit, fresh and clean. This can go right back into the tube, like that. Some people take theirs out. I tend to keep all my Deco foil in this little, in this system. Someday, when I ever get around to actually filming my studio tour, you can see my Deco foil drawer. It's really fun, very colorful. Okay, closing you up. Now, because we're foiling, we want to have the pretty side facing up, and we want to cover our greeting. And we go like this, and we should have enough pressure. Number 3 is usually good to go. I don't know if this is gonna work, so let's try it. We're running it through. I don't always have luck when I foil. I don't know. I want to have it, and then I don't. But if this works, I just felt like, you know, maybe a black greeting would be too much for this, because we're trying to, you know, evoke Easter and lightness and happiness and joy, and well, the black might not work. So pull this out. I also have these sentiment strips in the the white. I'm gonna. Well, you know what? I just don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Maybe I should just let it sit for a minute. Maybe I should peel this back. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I do have them in white. And when you're only foiling a little bit, sometimes that can be the ticket. So let's peel and reveal and see if we have. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is perfect. Could you see? Wait, there's the gold. Holy buckets, Charlie. Check it out. There isn't a black speck on here. So what you need to keep in mind is, much in the great Billy Joel, pressure. Remember that song? You need pressure. And when you have that pressure, it's going to help to transfer the foil. I actually really like that. I am going to go ahead though and do the other one really quick while I have my Minc out to see which one I would like better. So I'll cut the black type on white background and then foil the gold over that one as well. And we can choose. Alrighty, I just wanted to show you the little peel and reveal. I can see already that it did transfer. And I don't know if you're supposed to like wait till it cools for a second, but let's see how that transferred. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Look at that. Well, I don't know how to get it in the light to get the foil, but there we go. See that? It foiled perfectly. So honestly, I don't know which one I'm going to use, but let me put this away and then we'll finish out this card. I'm going to bring in my little baby trimmer here. And I like to put the letter, maybe split the difference like that, flip it, and split that difference, and cut. That way I have a really nicely centered Happy Easter. And we can do the same here. Get that R. Maybe I'll give a little more to this one. You know, they both look good. I'm not going to know until I pop them down, because that literally looks like it's been printed in gold. So, and how is this different from embossing? Well, you know, it just is. It's just foil. And foil is, in my opinion, shinier than embossing. All right, so let's put this here. I will do some sort of foam tape with this as well, maybe just the same foam squares. But here's what I don't know. Do we go right here and then we're going to pop up a Happy Easter in gold? Do we have our egg higher and we float Happy Easter at the bottom? Ooh, these are the decisions. Or gold at the bottom. I always like my greetings, my things to have a visual connection, right? I don't like things to be floating in the ether away from one another. So I think what I want to do, I actually really like that. I'm going to put this right in the center. So let me go ahead and get all of the foam tape off. And then I'm going to see if I can wiggle the little outline off, because that is going to be tricky. So I'm going to take all the backers off camera to save time, and then we'll add liquid glue to the back of the squares. Off camera, this took so long, and I don't know if this is even going to work, but we're going to flip it over. I'm going to stand up, and we are going to put this little friend right in the center. Look at all this of this card. To the best of our ability. That's why we like the press and seal, right? Because we can just drop it like it's hot and press. All right. I didn't even want to do glue because I really did want this to be as burnished as humanly possible, right? So that's what we call the burnish, okay? And, you know, if you want to get really wild, you can take a heavy well, this isn't acrylic. This is really fun. It's Share Handmade Kindness. It's getting a little mucked up, but it is heavy, heavy, heavy. And this will, oh, that will hold things in place. And I'm telling you, now when we peel back, I don't think this is going to affect the gold at all. It doesn't. Look at that. Look at that. Not at all. That's still beautiful and shiny. Now, I am going to do this friend here. But the part, now, let me get the foam on here. Hold on. I'm going to put some foam strips on here because I like the length of these. Let's see here. Let's cut you like that. Yeah. And they have a little more dimension because the foam squares that I put on the back are the thinner depth of foam square from Simon Says Stamp. And I just want to have this to have a little more. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the outline off. Now, this might not work, but right now the job is to just kind of wiggle things in, kind of get them going, and I'm going to lift and see what happens. Oh my gosh, I think it's going to work. What? Okay, come on now, get in there. And also, I think what would be great, hedge your bets. Don't get too greedy, right? We're going to work our way around, and some of these things we want to make sure we don't lift and ruin. So we do that like that. I don't know. What are we doing here, Kath? Okay. Very nervous right now. Is that going to stay in place? I'm going to get my pokey tool here and work with the smaller friends. Oh, that's working great. That little piece is staying, isn't it? It is. Oh my gosh. I did it. I did it. Cue Angel Choir. I literally just completely channeled my inner Laura Basson. I can't even. I am so geeked right now that worked. And that, look at how tiny. Okay. And now what I think I'm going to do is just pop that Happy Easter on there. So you know what that is. You know, it's a bunny. Oh my gosh. This is so great. Oh, Cathy. Oh my gosh. So this is the most epic Easter card I think I've ever done. And I'm going to put a little liquid glue on here because now is no time to punt when we're just at, you know, 4th and inches here. Do you like my football reference? Can you tell? I kind of missed the football season. Oh, I don't need glue on all of it though. You know what? That was dumb because it's not, in fact, I didn't even need foam tape on all of it. Okay, let me think about this for a second. I gotta wipe some of this off. Oh yeah, Kathy, what were you thinking? Again, 4th and inches. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little tiny bit up like this, and I'm gonna cut that because I don't need it to go down that far. I wasn't thinking. Okay, repeat on the other side. I just don't want to risk this getting squashed down in the card, you know? And then when Joni goes to open it, Joni's my mother-in-law. There we go. I think that gives me the proper clearance. Let's double check. Let's double check here. Yeah, that's better. Whew. All right. And I'm going to bring in, now there is liquid glue on here. I've got my SSS Stamp T-square so that I can drop this down right on the points, right? Side to side. Looking good, butt up against the edge, and make sure that is straight. When you have a simple card, you know, anything you can do to get those elements straight. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh my goodness. Now the photograph is going to do this more justice because I think yellows look so green on my camera, although it's not bad. Now I could add some sequins, right? I mean, you know, in the words of Forrest Gump, I've gone this far. All right, let me see if I like the way they look. I think we're going to go with this arrangement. They look a little dark right now, but I promise you they're gold. It just took me a minute. I'm doing 2 mediums and then 2 of the smaller ones. All right, and we're going to get our glue ready. Lift up, sequin, it goes cup side up. So as Gina K says, cupward. And like that, and boop. Boop. Classic noise. Boop. That would probably scare a little bunny, wouldn't it? That would scare a little bunny. It scares grown adults. Boop. And then over here. Oh, you're getting a little unsticky there. Come on. Boop. And the last one is boop. And that is the finished card project. I mean, all I'm going to say is you will not be mass producing these anytime soon because that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. And what I didn't show you was the whole part of the video where I completely did the stencil backwards and couldn't figure out why SSS Stamp had a stencil that didn't work with the die. But that is done. And I love the little bit of dimension and popping that frame out. So I hope this inspires you to make a card that takes way too long and send it to someone you love. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please become one today and don't forget to hit the bell so that you don't miss the next time I have a video to share. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. To see a few more card projects featuring some fun rainbow designs, check out the 2 links I have for you below, and I will see you in those videos.